welcome to Irresistible Forces X-Wing matches. Today we've got Ben
Hey,
and myself, Samuel, here watching Jared and the said Ben versus each other in an Imperials versus Scum matchup. So on the Imperials side, you've got your standard Super Suit TFL, the TIE Inquisitor, and Omnicron Pilot with the Emperor on board. And Ben, your list?
I'm running a list I was testing for regionals at the time, which is a tiny mind link Brobots. So we have Brobots with heavy laser cannon, a tiny mind link, feedback array, and then the ever popular auto thrusters and IG-2000, and the IG-88B and C pilots for the gunner and free evades.
Yeah, so quite an aggressive first turn here from you, Ben. You're hunting down that shuttle.
I'm normally not a fan of going for the shuttle first, but I figured the feedback array gave me the edge late game, so good chance to take out the shuttle early, given where Jared had set up.
Yes, and with Suntifel being all the way up in your top left corner, it's rather comfortable being able to take on a shuttle and one ace for about 2 rounds, you'd be thinking. So Ben, you've got the Atari Mind Links on them. How do you feel about that card? What do you think of it?
It's pros and cons. Ability to get focus down on both of the IG-88s with only one action is very, very good. But the downside of the shared stress can be a bit of a pain to manage, especially if you're into something like a Rebel Captive, which fortunately there isn't here.
And so we've got our first shot here from C into the shuttle and taking 2 shields. Rolling the 3rd dice for some reason or something. Maybe just a slip. And we're back into the next round.
Jared's shuttle trying to bank in, make itself useful.
Yeah, but providing quite a broadside for the 2 rushing bulls known as IG-88.
This turn see the first advantage with the Atani Mind Link with IG-88C here. Takes a single focus action and passes a token over to B at the same time.
Yeah, and this is helpful because then when you do your bank, you can acquire a free target lock, having full range of aggressive actions.
So both machines are set up to lay into the shuttle, which unfortunately means the Inquisitor knows he's perfectly safe to come in and start causing some damage.
Yes. So just a simple target lock there, which gives the evade and then push the limit for the focus for the Inquisitor. And Suntifel realizes that he is way out of the fight and does a very hard turn to make sure that he can get in here a bit sooner. With the boost. And I think he goes for the barrel roll here to just try to get in range.
Fortunately, couldn't barrel roll probably the direction he wanted, since this one also moves him slightly away.
So checking for range, and he's just out, which is unfortunate, but he'll be in here next turn. Inquisitor, however, has a very good range 2 shot on IG-88B.
Which goes to range 1 because he's the Inquisitor. So he rolls 3 out of 3, and the IG rolls nothing. So 3 shields off.
Yeah, it's always a bad feeling. And then the IGs go, well, you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Rolls 4 dice. Getting 2, possibly 3 hits there. Or re-rolls for the target lock.
So 3 hits.
3 hits for the 1 evade. Losing 2 more shields on the shuttle. And then just checking here to see if this is through the rock or not.
Which looks very close.
It's just looking really closely. It's one of those things where it's a game of millimeters. 4 dice, 4 hits.
4 hits.
2 dice, and
Uses the focus, so it takes
2 more, taking him down to 4 hull. So we clean up and go again.
So shuttle tries again to make something happen, going in for a possible block.
Yeah, goes, I'm a bump master.
And indeed he is.
Yep, definitely saving him from getting shot from C this turn. But it's going to put him in a precarious position because there's not much he can go from there. He can turn into IG-88C and not move, go forward into that rock, or twice try to squeeze over to the left, which will be in the way of Soon-to-Fell in the next turn. So once again, it looks like your Mind Link's kicking in there, giving focuses to both with the use of B.
Yep. Then Inquisitor decides it's done enough with that first pass, time to get out of harm's way, and then come back around.
Would have been interesting if he'd barrel rolled and then boosted. He might have just been able to get C into arc there. Maybe. But
possibly.
one of those things that we'll never know. So right now, Soon-to-Fell has come back into the fight, but he's just determining what he wants to do, thinking about the next turn and everything. Because he is well in the path of the shuttle, and Soon-to-Fell doesn't like large bases.
Not ones that are directly in front of him. So looks like he decides to barrel roll.
Just making sure a couple of things, and then yep, confirms the barrel roll.
And then stress, focus, evade.
Yeah.
So Cynthia fires his first shot of the game. 2 hits, it looks like. And spend the focus for 2 evades.
Yes, it's very hard to hit both of these ships. Very agile machines.
So IG goes back into Cynthia, 2 more hits. Only 1 evade and a focus from Cynthia though.
Yeah, rolls the extra dice for a stealth device.
But it comes up blank.
Yeah, so he's just determining if he wants to use the evade or the focus, ends up with the evade.
So he leaves himself with the focus. Second shot comes in thanks to the IG-88B.
Just the one, target lock comes out.
And even after the target lock, just the 2.
Yeah, one of them being a critical though, the Emperor.
But Cynthia doesn't care.
Yeah.
So moving to the next round, the shuttle decides he's had quite enough, decides to get out of dodge. No damage from the rock, fortunately.
I think there was. I think that's point of damage right there.
Ah, actually yes, and then might have Palpatined it to not take one.
Well, we'll see if he uses Palpatine during this turn. You set up your Brobots here in quite a very nice crossfire, ready for Soon-to-Fell with that 4K turn.
So.
But as you said, the Atari Mind Link not working for you this turn.
No.
Spreading the stress around.
It's one of the downsides, but both of the bots have focus and target lock set up. So it's paying off for the moment still. So Inquisitor coming back in.
Yep, reacquiring a target lock, it would have looked like.
And then Suntier does just a bank 2, which to be fair, none of his options were that good.
No, when you've got a crossfire like that, you're going to be in a bit of hurt. If that's in range 1, then he's only getting shot at twice, which will be alright, but it's not a place that you want to be.
No, 2 lots of 4 dice is not pleasant.
Tries to boost towards B, doesn't work, so it goes back. He's thinking, does he want to just super turtle up and take the fire, or is he going to try to dance out of it? It's one of those very awkward things, because if you try to dance out of it and it doesn't work, then you're left with just the focus. Whereas if you just super turtle, you've got a whole array.
And you also turn on IG-88B's gunner ability if you try to dodge and don't.
That is true.
So Suntier shoots in just the 1, it looks like. He's not willing to spend 1 of the focus. Nope, goes to Palpatine.
Yep, so there's Palpatine there, so he did take damage from that rock. And IG has lost all its shields, it would look like.
So Inquisitor goes in and manages to sneak a crit through.
Structural damage.
So -1 agility.
Yeah, bringing the IG down to 2 health, and got quite a bit of a game on our hands. So you've got quite an easy choice here. Do you want to shoot at Suntir Fel at range 1, or are you going to take a shot at the Emperor? And
Well, actually, I'm going to get RA on this one of which one to shoot with first. Eventually decided to shoot first with 88C. Because then if he misses, 88B's got 2 shots available still.
yes.
And if he forces something through, then...
He does force something through here as we get a critical coming through, which is a direct hit, which is very painful.
Especially when you're sitting at range 1 of a feedback array.
Quite so. And so, there he goes.
88B quite happily goes down to 1 health if it means getting rid of Suntir.
Yes. So, going into the next turn. The shuttle now is just trying to stay alive to keep its Palpatine ability there. The IGs move in.
Try to boost around the rock, but a little bit too close. But clears the stress, so throws out a focus to himself and the other IG, who, thanks to having the focus, is happy enough to bump into the other one.
Yeah.
So Inquisitor, not willing to brave getting shot at by both, decides to turn away.
Yeah, it would have been really interesting if he'd just done a straight 2 or a straight 1, maybe even a gentle 1. Would have possibly gotten it out of arc with B, if we know now. Yeah, it would have been able to shoot off those proton rockets or do some real damage and change things up.
Sort of unstable that he didn't, though, because IGB could have done a hard turn around the rock and then would have been staring right at him.
Yeah, it's definitely the safer choice.
So looks like IGB's got a shot on the shuttle still.
4 dice thanks to heavy laser cannon for what looks like 3 hits.
I think it's actually 4. And yes, it is.
Alright, down goes the Emperor. So now the Imperial's in quite a pickle, as it's just a Inquisitor versus a full health IG, the 1 health IG.
Range 3 shot from IGC here. 2 hits.
Spends the evade token to make 2 evades, so Gunner kicks in.
And this one comes up 4.
Yeah, and that's the problem of Gunner abilities. It's like, yep, you can spend things to get out the first time. Second, not so much.
Fortunately, he gets a good evade from the Inquisitor. He's able to dodge all 4.
Yes. He used auto thrusters in that first attack, not the evade dice.
Yeah, yes. Good old auto thrusters.
Definitely brought the Imperials back into the game. So, trying to do a straight one, realize he's going to bump again, so just nice old slide.
Tiny Mind Link paying dividends again.
And so the Inquisitor here does a hard one in, which is very interesting because it looks like he's trying to get an arc on B to finish that off so he can create a 1-on-1 sooner.
Yeah, he really needs to get rid of B quickly because the Gunner effect is devastating when you've only got the 1 ace left.
Yeah, but unfortunately no shot on B, so he's going to have to shoot into the range 1C with no target lock, so proton rockets aren't going to happen quite yet. Just the 2 focus and the blank, so no damage coming through.
Quite wisely decides not to spend the focus. So IGC shoots in, and 4 out of 4.
Yeah. 2 evades with the focus and the evade token. Makes just 1 shield go down.
And 88B decides not to feedback array himself to death. So at this point, the game plan for myself with the IGs was just keep B alive as long as possible. Keep that Gunner effect in play.
Yeah, so just a nice gentle 1 to clear any stress, and another gentle 1 boost. Give yourself the evade.
And clearing some space for IG88C to come in with a K-turn. So, fairly good position for the Brobots here since the Inquisitor's pointed the wrong way. Doesn't really have much choice other than to run away.
Yeah,
If he
because
does.
a K turn would be very problematic, losing all your tokens. Especially during that gunner effect, if you can even get through the first one.
So, he's fortunately able to get well out of range. So I think I moved IGAC a little bit too fast here. So I went for the straight 3. Straight 2 might have been a bit better.
Yeah, so
in
you're already
hindsight.
looking at it going, oh, you could get out of this.
Yep. Rookie mistake.
Yeah, once the dials are down, there's not much left to do.
So IGB sheds the stress that 88C gave him last turn.
There's the focus from C from this turn.
Yep. My link's still working out.
Looking for a boost, and you find it on the table.
So, no point sitting it back against the Inquisitor, of course, thanks to his ability, always making it range 1. Though, in hindsight, would have meant he couldn't use the proton rocket. So, Inquisitor runs in.
Using the proton rocket right there. 5 dice.
And that's a very dead IG.
Yeah, when you're rolling 5 dice against 2 because of that structural damage, there's not much that's going to stop you.
So the game's drifting a little bit back towards even now. Because there's still, IG88C hasn't taken any damage, but he doesn't have the gunner effect anymore. And the Inquisitor's still fairly healthy, so he can afford to take a couple of feedback array hits if he has to.
Yes, and the first one going to shields makes you feel a little bit safe as well. Chooses not to turn in, which is probably a little bit wise, because going head to head with an IG is never fun.
So he tries to boost around, and then sets up a target lock evade. And IGC's got range 2.
Yeah.
So
4 hits. Looks like 1, 2, 3. Oh no, just the
2. Looks like evade, blank focus for the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
So it takes 2, so he's down to 1.
So now he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Because he can't stay close because of the feedback array. And has to be careful running away too because he's still staring down the heavy laser cannon.
So just moving around with the bump there.
Of course, the IG88 does have 2 dead upgrades now with a tiny mind link and the title not doing much.
But you've still got the very strong auto thrusters, fire control systems, and HLC.
Of course. Jared trying to decide if he can get out of arc or range. Might have been interesting if he barrel rolled first there. Might have tightened it up a little bit.
So yeah, it's done the boost, can't barrel roll towards the edge, so it decides to barrel roll into the center. Try to get out of that arc, which is a successful maneuver.
Yes.
So the 1 health Inquisitor living to see another round.
So this turn, Inquisitor doesn't have a lot of great options though, because turning in's kind of dangerous, but running away is sort of just delaying the inevitable at the same time. In the end, looks like he decides to turn in, which doesn't leave him in a great spot.
No. So he's just looking there. There's nothing that's going to get him out of this. Does he already have that stress, or is that left over from the last turn?
It's left over from the last turn, but I think Joe was just operating under the assumption he's pushed the limit every turn.
Yeah.
At this stage.
So a couple of options that he did have is you obviously don't want to boost towards the IG. As you were just mentioning there, you could boost up towards the rock to be able to blast away the next turn. But Just thinking about it.
He's also trying to gauge whether it's range 1 at the moment, because if it is, then the game is just over.
Yeah.
So decides to risk it and turtle up. Get the focus evades.
It's range 2, but when you're rolling 4 dice, you're getting 4 hits.
Just 1 blank from the Inquisitor's enough.
So, terrific. Good game, Ben.
Thank you. Successful test.
Yes.
Sort of wish I had ended up taking them to regionals. Would have been fun, but I'll stay in the back pocket for the moment, I suppose.
Yes, it's always good to have variations of your IGs, because it can leave your constant opponents guessing on what type you're going to bring.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, everyone.
Yes, and stay tuned for more episodes.
See you later.